All right, we're back. This is off the cuff, so it is. Today, and if you're watching this in a few days' time or a week's time, Nifl, the Northern Ireland Football League, have launched their strategy from 2023 to 2028, 5 year strategy, and it's titled A Bold and Brighter Future for Professional Football in Northern Ireland. And I thought, you know what? We'll jump on here and we'll read through it together. Well, I'll read through it and listen. You've probably already read it. If you haven't, I'll go through it and we'll pick out the key points, and then I'll give my view on it and the view of people on Twitter, because I've been on Twitter here reading what people are saying. So we'll start off here. The first page is endorsements. Okay, and the endorsements for the 5 year plan are Conrad Kirkwood, who is the president of the Irish FA, and Jack O'Stewart, and he's the managing director of the European leagues. Basically, the two of them are saying they endorse it and they want the future of the game to be better and they want it to flourish and they want us everyone to work together. All right, so let's go on to the main gist of it. Jared Lawler. Jared does an introduction on this here. Briefly, we'll look through it briefly, okay? Nifl is thriving. Increased attendances, record broadcast revenue and exposure, club investments. The game in Northern Ireland has simply never been in a better position. Such success is laudable, but now is not the time to stand still. We must use it as a platform to kick on to even greater heights and attract new audiences. After that, there, Jared goes on to talk about plans, visions, dreams, moving forward into the 21st century. Strategy wants to answer long-standing questions within the professional game, ascertain and explore benefits of changes such as match days, kickoff times, seasonality, working closely with the IFA for good within the football family in Northern Ireland. He states over the last 6 months they have sat down and developed this strategy that we're going to look at, and any progression or improvement has to be bold and provide a brighter future for clubs, players, supporters, and partners. Then it just says we'll see what's going on over the next 5 years. There'll be challenges, difficulties. Basically, everything he's saying in the introduction as to what it's about. So let's go. Our mission: lead, promote, and develop professional football within Northern Ireland. I think that goes without saying. You know, it's a fair enough point to start off with. That's the mission. The vision: building on our heritage to transform our future. Next, our values: passion, progression, inclusivity, inclusivity. My goodness. Accountability, integrity. And the key pillars: competition, governance, revenue, engagement. So here we go. Let's start. Okay, competition pillar. Break into and maintain a position in the top 35 of the UEFA club coefficient rankings. I can tell you this now, that's impossible. Okay, it's absolutely impossible. And I'll tell you why. Because if we go into the club coefficients, the team, now this says the top 35 in the UEFA club coefficient rankings, the team in 35th of the club coefficient rankings are Lyon of France, okay? We'll scroll down a wee bit more. The team in 40th in the UEFA club coefficient rankings is Dynamo Zagreb. I'm just going to scroll right. In 100th position, no, we can go further than that. In 155th position is Dundalk. Okay. Shamrock Rovers are 143rd. Okay. It's impossible for a Northern Ireland team to get into the top 35 of the UEFA club coefficient rankings. It's impossible. Anyway, what I think they meant was they want to break into the top 35 of the association club coefficients, not the frigging club coefficients, okay? The association club coefficients. So, look, that's a wee silly error there. But anyway, we're not going to get beat up on that. Listen, as far as that goes, Northern Ireland are currently 42nd, so they want to gain 5, 6, 7 spaces. Okay, they want to go up 7. Okay, and the teams above them are Bosnia, Iceland, Faroes, Liechtenstein, Finland, Latvia, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Republic of Ireland. Now, gone that far. Republic of Ireland are in 32 because they had a great year last year. Shamrock Rovers did make it in the group stage, and their coefficient was pretty good for that. They want to get into the top 35 of the association club coefficients. Is that doable? Yes, of course it's doable. You look at how other countries are getting on, and it is doable. The Faroe Islands are 39th, and their coefficient is going to go up even more than that this year. Okay, Ireland's a good example if it can be done, right? So that's that there. Grammatically, I disagree with what they've written there. UEFA club coefficient rankings. It should be association club coefficient rankings. That's what it is. And that's in men's football, by the way. That's in men's football because women's association club coefficients is a wee bit different, okay? And the women's, Northern Ireland is sitting at 44th. It's actually lower. But Ireland is higher there in 31st. So, again, wee things like that there. Let's make this here strategy clear, lads. Let's make it clear. Let's know what we're saying. Okay, lead and implement a change to the professional game playing calendar. They want to change the league. They want to change the league because they think that if they change the league season, it will help improve European competition results. And you look at many as a country will take Ireland, the League of Ireland, for example. The League of Ireland have had teams in group stage competition recently, Shamrock Rovers and Dundalk. Okay, so look, that's where that angle is. They want to change the calendar because they can see in the League of Ireland, oh look, it works. League of Ireland teams are in the middle of their season, and then they go and play the qualifiers, and they're up to speed. One thing I'd say is it didn't work this year. The League of Ireland teams didn't progress. Derry City were very, very close to making it through the playoff of the Europa Conference, but they were the only success story in the League of Ireland. And if you look into Northern Ireland, the Irish League this year, it was an unmitigated disaster, and that disaster will mean that the coefficient for this season is really low, which means that it's just a nightmare. So that's they want to change the playing calendar. Looking online, people are questioning that because they love their Boxing Day fixtures. It's the biggest fixture of the season. And with Northern Ireland, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of the fan bases of Irish League clubs spend the summer season parading. So that will affect attendances in theory. And you see it at Coleraine. When Coleraine have a home game in, is it Derry Day? I think it's Derry Day, Apprentice Boys or something. The attendance drops off by a good 500 or 600 people. The same would happen with the likes of Linfield, Crusaders, Larne, the clubs. Anyway, so there we go. The calendar. I don't know the answer. I was always for summer football. Genuinely was. You see me over social media. I'm always harping on about summer football. I love it. But is it the right thing? Will it help? Who knows? And that's why they want to talk about it, which is fair enough. I think it's good to talk. So, what else have we got here? Restructured Nifl competitions in line with the IFA pyramid review. So they want to work with the IFA to develop a structure and league pyramid system for the men's domestic game, create an open pathway to allow access for ambitious clubs to progress in Nifl, implement a clear promotion and relegation system across all leagues. I actually touched on this here in a video I did a few months ago down at the beach, and the sort of pyramid system and a pathway for clubs to come in. And I thought there should be a league below the Premier Intermediate League, almost like a holding league. So if teams get relegated, they drop into that there. And if teams do want to progress into Nifl, then that's the league for them. Because there's plenty of intermediate league teams that just don't have the facilities. They don't want to move up. So you create that league for the teams that do, the likes of Donegal, Celtic, and Oxford Sunnyside's probably a good shout. You've got Maiden City and Derry who want to progress into Nifl. So you've got teams all over the place who would be really wanting to get into a league like that. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. So let's go to the next section. Continue the growth of elite women's competitions. I'm not saying much about this. I don't know much about women's football in Northern Ireland, and I don't want to comment on it. I don't want to say anything that could be taken as disparaging against the women's game, and I'm not going to say anything. Drive the improvement of facilities at Nifl clubs. So this here one is basically they want money to be pumped into clubs, and we don't have a government at the minute. So until we have a government, where's the money coming from? So we'll see. Look, I like it because the clubs need improvement. There's so many clubs in the Irish League that the facilities are they're not good enough. But what I would say is, and this is just me, if the game in Northern Ireland is showing significant growth, why can clubs not go and get loans and build things? And then if there's increased attendances coming in, that money will pay off the loans. I don't know, it's just my wee thought. Anyway, develop and implement a new elite academy structure. So partner with the Irish FA to review the current youth structure, create a new elite academy league. Yeah, look, there is the Nifl have leagues, is the under 20 league, is it? So it is, and they've the under 18 league. So there is structures in place at Nifl level for that there. That's doable, okay? But the Irish FA need to come on board. There needs to be money again. Let's be honest, there needs to be money, right? So that's the competition pillar. Governance pillar. Continue to modernise the composition of the Nifl board to reflect key principles of good governance, diversity, equality, and expertise. So the actions, they want to review the current structure and makeup of the board, recruit key independent industry professionals into Nifl roles, develop board subcommittees to include audit and risk. I mean, look, this is Nifl wanting to get Nifl into a better shape. So it is, as a business, that's what they should be doing anyway. Next, increase Nifl representation in relationships with all key stakeholders. So the actions in this are to increase Nifl representation and influence within the Irish FA through securing senior positions. Yeah. Look, we all know the Irish FA is run by amateur football. Nifl do not have the power to effect change at Irish FA level unless they get the buy-in of all these here things. So Nifl want to get more people on to try and influence things, which is their prerogative. So they want to work and partner with other football and non-football bodies, both locally and internationally, to position Nifl as a stakeholder. To me, that says they want to talk to people. I don't know. I don't even know that one, right? Anyway, next, develop a staff and structure to support growth and efficiency of the league and member clubs. So Nifl want more staff. They want more staff so they can develop the game. And that will lead to Nifl needing more money. We'll probably find that there in the next thing. Nifl has only got a small amount of staff. I think, I don't quote me on this here because they've hired a few new ones. I think they've only got like 10 or 11 full-time staff, which 10 or 11 full-time paid staff to run all the Nifl leagues in Northern Ireland and everything that goes with it. They're understaffed. They're under resourced. Next, improve Nifl regularity frameworks to ensure that they're fit for purpose for a modern day professional league body. That is what it is. Work with the Irish FA to develop and deliver an administration and leadership programme for Nifl member clubs. So they want to research and partner with independent education provider, develop a bespoke education programme for club administrators, and at the end of that, they could be awarded a formal qualification upon successful completion. That's good. Okay, revenue pillar. Here we go. Double annual commercial revenues by 2028. So in 5 years, they want to double the money coming in. Next, increase total annual financial distributions to member clubs each year. So they want more money to be paid out if you do well in the league. Right, next. Enhance financial stability by increasing reserves each year with a target to double in 2028. That is what it is. Escalate women's annual commercial revenue fourfold by the end of the strategy. So they want to boost the women's game more. They want to sell broadcast rights for women's football. Engagement pillar, okay, so increase total attendance at Nifl games by 40%. They want to do that through increased marketing. They want to try and help evolve match day experiences within stadiums to attract new and lapsed supporters. They want to continue to deliver and improve a better family-friendly environment for everyone. They want to continue to lobby government to invest in stadiums and facilities at Nifl clubs. They want to work with member clubs to become hubs in their local communities and maximise their social value. I could probably do a video on that myself. At Portstewart, our attendances for the first few games this season have been absolutely superb. They've been so good. Listen, we're only doing 100, 200 people, which is more than 60, which is what it was. So, look, Portstewart are doing well, and there's other clubs that are showing a growth. And look, it is what it is. Like, there's no point in beating about the bush. You know, Nifl need supporters. Nifl need fans to go to matches because Nifl will not exist without the fans. The clubs will die. So makes sense. So they want to attract and engage new and younger audiences, okay? And they want to grow social media following to 350,000. My goodness, 350,000. That is 300. My goodness. So we'll go on to Twitter. Nifl on Twitter has 31,000 followers, okay? Nifl on YouTube has got about 4,500 followers. Instagram, they got 17,000. Facebook, they've got 28,000 followers. TikTok's the newest thing. I did a bit of TikTok, but it ends up like taking over your life. They have 8,000 followers, right? 350,000 followers is a hell of a number to go for. Now, I'd imagine that Nifl add up, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, they add it all together and it brings them to a total of like 150,000. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people will follow them on all the different things. So they probably only really have about 40,000 followers in total, you know. So 350,000, my goodness, that's a big number to go for. Anyway, they want to continue to produce and deliver authentic and engaging content. But I touched on this in the last video. Their social media stuff is improving. David's on board there, and David, he did Glentoran beforehand, so he knows what he's doing. They brought in other people to do wee things. So look, they're doing what they think is right. They want to work with member clubs to promote activities and their heritage. Okay. Build and deliver a school engagement and outreach program. Okay. Grow broadcast audiences to 3.5 million a year. I don't know what the current audiences is, so I can't really say much about that, but they want to do that by implementing a change to the game playing calendar. They want to maximise and explore new match days and kickoff times. They want to work with broadcast partners to evolve new technology to improve viewer experience. And we continue. They want to transform Nifl into a commercial rights holder from its present position as a content and media manager to become a truly digital and media organisation. Sounds like they just want to basically make everything good online, doesn't it? They want to promote the league through online. I don't know. Maybe it means something different. And then finally, they want to provide a platform to give fans a voice in the running of the league. And By that, they want to implement a fans charter and develop and facilitate a fans forum. Listen, who does the fans forum represent? And I said this online to a fella. We've talked about this before. There needs to be a fans forum. But the truth of the matter is, a fans forum will only affect the top flight of Irish League football because that's where the majority of fans are. So what will happen is the fans forum, if it ever happens, it will be selected people from each club, which may or may not represent that club's fan base. Is that what they want? Do they want fans to represent the club's fan base, or do they want, what do they want? Again, that's something they'll look at, and that's a question they will ask. What way will it be, independent in Nifl, or what will it be? I've ideas about fans forums in a different sense of the word, in the more sort of the overlap Gary Neville type thing. I think that would be fun. Nifl want to facilitate something like that there. But anyway, here's what the fans are saying. Okay, this is the best bit, right? Here's what the fans are saying. Let's get this up. Let's go and see what's going on, okay? We got a journalist, and he was the first person in, and he says, is the strategy continuing to allow Larne to play every home game on a Friday night so that they have an inherent competitive advantage against part-time teams? This has annoyed people. So it has people think that that's not the case, that Larne don't have an advantage doing that there. Larne are a full-time professional football club. They play part-time clubs on a Friday night. They do have an advantage. I don't think it's a big deal. We know they have an advantage. I think it's a wee dig by Connor, but I think he's got a point. Right, next. Andy from Belfast, encouraging club fan volunteer groups and handing out grants for paint would be number one. Doesn't cost much, but a disproportionate positive impact on aesthetics and grounds. So Andy's saying, get some paint and get the fans to paint the grounds. Right, what else have we got here? Let's check the quotes. David from Nifl, he's excited. Neil Coleman, he's excited. Conor McGreevy from previously Nifl and Warren Point is saying fair play, and he thinks seasonality change is a big pillar. Ryan says he's not sure about summer football. David Todd says, so basically the main part is changing from winter to summer football, trying to get money from government, which isn't even working, trying to get more sponsors for more money to be paid to clubs. Good outline. Kicking match. He's basically put the fans. He's put the points out. Implement change to the professional game playing calendar. Increase attendance by 40%. Break in and stay in the top 35 UEFA club coefficient. Double annual commercial revenues. Grow broadcast audience to 3.5 million. Develop a fans forum. So that's the basic gist of it. Jordan Moore, he's UTV, he's just stated that they want to lead and implement a change to professional gaming calendar. And I mean, look, that's really all there is so far, believe it or not. It's not a big talking point on Twitter. What's my views on it? Has to be done. I had a wee bit of research there looking for the previous 3-year strategy and what they wanted to achieve, but the document's been taken offline, so I can't even comment on whether they achieved their goals from 2017 to 2018. Jared Lawler has stated it is bold, and I agree with him. It is a bold statement. They want to change Northern Ireland football. They want to change the season. Changing the season is massive. It's worked in the League of Ireland. Will it work in the Irish League? Who knows? How does it affect lower leagues? How does it affect the likes of the Premier Intermediate League with Portstewart? How does it come into play when the Milk Cup's being played, or the Super Cup as they call it, whenever there's grounds such as Coleraine, Ballymena, Limavady, Portstewart, etc. Their grounds are all going to be used. How does that feed in? One thing that's not written there is anything to do with making the league go professional, full-time professional. Now, Jared did mention that he wanted to make it a full-time professional league. This hasn't made its way into this document. Um, why? And I don't know. I like the idea, and I know that a lot of it is probably pie in the sky, but they've set themselves goals and they've set themselves big goals. And if they achieve the big goals, then you know what? They deserve their pat on the back. If they don't reach the goals, I wouldn't be surprised. As far as social media goes, although I don't have any qualifications on it, I've worked in social media for a long time. I worked in social media where I grew um, a page from nothing, and I think it's sitting at 85,000 followers now. But that's over the course of 15 years. You know, it's Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland's only a small country, and you have to take that into account where you want to grow anything. And the Irish League isn't really attractive to people outside Northern Ireland. You know, so I don't know. Good, good crack, good crack. The best thing about the whole brochure is that Port Stewart on the front page of it. So that's the best thing. Like, but look, I'm talking as an independent here. I'm not talking as a representative of the Nifl Football Club. I'm talking as me. I'm a fan. I want to see the game grow, and look, I'm outspoken and have my own ideas. And I have my own ideas because I've been around the town that many times that I know things, and you know. But look, I thought I'd do a wee video here for a bit of crack because I've got these new mics and I want to test them out. And I thought it was an interesting topic. I've read through it and it's not really that interesting, but sure, we've been there, we've done that, and yeah, happy days. Adios.